You can tell by the title, this video is about how I got my confidence. Now, if you've watched my first video or know anything about me at all, you know that I am not the most confident person. Even at this state of my life, there are times where I struggle with my identity, with my, my weight, and just because you're body positive does not mean that you cannot have days where you're having a really tough time looking in the mirror. Body positivity isn't something that you decide that you're going to do and then you continue to be on that high for the rest of your life. Being body positive is about saying, I'm going to accept myself the way that I am. I might fall down, and I might have times where I am struggling to look in the mirror. I am struggling with the way that this shirt fits me or these pants make my stomach look. That's all part of body positivity. It's accepting the fact that you're going to have days like that, but that you overall remember that you are beautiful. Everyone is beautiful in their own way, and I know some people are like, oh, that's so cliche. Well, it's true, okay? I believe that God made everyone in His image, meaning that no matter what you look like, any deformities you might have on your face, whatever your struggle is that you have with yourself is what makes you perfect in everyone else's eyes. There's a quote somewhere, I'm not exactly sure where I heard this from. I might have seen someone post it on Facebook, but it goes a little bit something like this. The way that you view yourself in the mirror is maybe only a fraction of what other people see. So when you look in the mirror and you see ugly, you see fat, you see whatever you see in the mirror that draws the negativity, people aren't looking at that when they're looking at you. They're looking at how great your eyes are, how beautiful your smile is, how perfect, how white your teeth are. They're looking at the cool, crazy style of your hair. They're looking through you. Through you in a good sense, meaning they're not just worried about your physical appearance. They think you're a beautiful person. A lot of how you view yourself is how others are going to view you. And when people look at you when you're in that negative state of mind, they're gonna, they're not gonna be as receptive to what you're saying because all they see is this person is so unhappy with themselves. I know that when I grew up, like I've said many times before, I've been bullied, and I still to this day get bullied. It's not as frequent, obviously, now that I'm out of high school, but there are just people in the world who don't know how to keep their opinions to themselves. And it's a really hard struggle to grow up, to live even in like this day and age of my life, this point in my life, growing up being fat, it's not an easy life. And I know some people might say, well, you chose to live that life, and that's not always true, because I have a video where I'm going to go more into depth about this, but I'm just going to leave you with that looking at someone's appearance does not dictate their health. Just because someone is overweight does not mean they are an unhealthy person. Just because someone is thin does not mean they are a healthy person. You cannot determine someone's health by looking at them. I don't know how many people I've had that have totally just blown past that obvious fact of life and has said, oh, well, you're really fat, so have fun with diabetes, and sorry to break it to you, but just because I'm chubby doesn't mean I'm gonna have diabetes. But I'm going to be making a video specifically on being fat and healthy because I feel like that is something that is not talked about enough and something that needs to be told. There are not enough people in the fat community whose voices are heard because of society, basically. There are so many people in the world trying to make a difference, and I'm just another one of those people. I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, I feel like the more people who are open about being fat and being okay with it, the better, because at some point society and the media and magazines, whoever, they're going to have to say, hey, guess what? Our bullying isn't helping this. Our bullying is contributing eating disorder. It's just, I'm so passionate about this. I am so passionate about accepting your body the way it is and doing things for your life that make you comfortable, because I've spent so many years trying to change myself and make myself more appealing to men, to my peers, to everyone, and none of it helped. None of it. You know why? Because I wasn't doing it for me. And that's what you need to do. Do what's going to make you happy, because at the end of the day, who is the person that is going to be in bed with you? It's you. You are going to have to look at yourself in the mirror. So don't take what other people say about you and apply that to yourself. Take what you say about you. Take what you think about yourself and apply it to you. You know, growing up, another reason I had a lot of self-confidence issues is because, like I've said, the media does not support the fat lifestyle. It is rare that you can open up a magazine that involves a fat person and they aren't fat shaming them and telling them, oh God, look at her thighs. The media hasn't caught on to, hey, maybe you should love yourself for who you are. So look at magazines, all you see are thin women. You look at TV, all you see on TV are pretty girls who are like super thin. Thankfully, I think television is starting to finally realize they need to talk about these issues. I know that growing up, I didn't see a lot of overweight women or men on TV unless they were the butt of someone's joke. And now I can turn on the TV and I can see people who look like me on TV, and that might seem really simple and that might seem really silly to some people, but I cannot express how revolutionary that is. That is so important and so underrated, because when you grow up and everywhere around you, you're in your outlets, when none of those people look like you, you automatically assume there's something wrong with you, and that is not the case. There is nothing wrong with the way you are, whether you're going to be a size 20, 40, whatever. If you're going to be a size 0, 10, 12, whatever your size is, do not let what you see in the media affect the way that you view yourself. Those people are very unhappy people. Those people are people who have to degrade someone else to make themselves feel better. The media, they are bullies. I don't even buy magazines because it's just filled with so many hateful feelings, so many hateful words about fat people, about, anyone who isn't like this certain category of who you're supposed to be. That's why we were born with this free will, the ability to become whatever we put our minds to, whatever we want to be, because that is how we need to live our lives. We need to be who we are. Even if it offends someone, be who you are. I cannot express how liberating it is to look at someone who is completely disgusted by your lifestyle, such as being fat, and just to smile at them and say, I know that's killing you, but I'm not going to let your negativity affect me and cause me to have an eating disorder and cause me to self-harm, any of that. I'm going to be who I am. People do not like fat people to be who they are, because then they can't sell you their products. Weight loss supplements, you always see those commercials at like 3 or 4 in the morning. They're like, oh, have a body ready by summer, if it's like getting close to summer. If you don't buy into what they're telling you, and you say, hey, this isn't right, this isn't how I am, who I am, what I want to be, they can't sell you their products. Therefore, they'd rather degrade you and make you feel like there's something wrong with you just so they can put money in the bank. That's what it's about. all those type of things where they're trying to give you weight loss pills, they don't care about you or your progress or your pursuit of happiness. All they care about is getting that $6.99 check in their bank. They want to make money off of your insecurities, point blank. So I did research. When I decided that I'm going to go on this journey of self-love instead of self-hate, I would look up websites that would talk about fat fashion, that would talk about, growing up being chubby, fat, and how to deal with it, or how to accept yourself for who you are. And I would just spend hours just reading articles about articles, and I would find women who looked like me, or who were bigger than me, or smaller than me, who struggled the same way that I did, and I found inspiration from them. And it really was a turning point for me, because up until that point, I always thought, there's something wrong with me, so I have to change something. And for the first time, I was being validated in myself. I was being validated that there was nothing wrong with me. And I can't express how important that is for you to take that journey, and for you to realize there is nothing wrong with how you look. Someone who is going to love you and who is going to marry you and be that person for you, they won't care how much you weigh. They won't care how you dress, how you look, whatever. They're not going to care. They are simply going to say, I love you for who you are, and I want to spend my life with you. And if that person is trying to make you lose weight for them, they are not the right person for you. I know that is so hard to understand, especially if you're dating during high school, because boys and girls and whoever, they can be downright evil. They can give you a complex. I can't even think about all the people who would, write things to me, like on MySpace, or who would tell me, oh, I bet so-and-so would go out with you if you just lost a little weight, if you just put on some makeup, if you just did this, did that. And it's like, well, I was always told that love was unconditional. And it is. I'm telling you, love is unconditional. It is free. There are no boundaries to love when it is true. And if there are boundaries to your love, or someone's love for you, then that is not what it is. Because to know love is to feel love, is to be love. And that all starts with you.